Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today I will be doing my review for WandaVision Episode 4. Alright, so WandaVision Episode 4, what to start with? This episode was one of my top ones for sure. Episode 1 still holds a lot of weight to the show, and I think it was really a great way to start it off, but this episode was completely different from any of the past episodes because all of the episodes prior, we saw the sitcom world that Wanda was creating and Wanda and Vision were in. And, we kind of got it in this certain style. Now, with this episode, we saw the entire 3 episodes from S.W.O.R.D's perspective. S.W.O.R.D is essentially the kind of replacement for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU. And it is run by kind of a new group of people that we haven't seen in the MCU before, including Monica Rambeau, or at least this version of Monica Rambeau. And it's really kind of just the sequel to S.H.I.E.L.D., if you will. Now, this episode started off in an insanely cool way. It was right when the blip was kind of reversed, so everybody was coming back. And I knew that they were going to do movie quality CGI for this show, but I think the CGI was probably better than anything we've seen in the MCU because we start off with Monica being kind of reassembled, for lack of a better term, and kind of being pieced back together to become herself. And we saw this with so many other characters too. We see Monica kind of be pieced together. She's in a hospital and she gets up and she goes to the hallway and people are just becoming again. And it's just such a cool scene that it's just everything goes into chaos. And it's a really cool way to not only open the show, but kind of show us a glimpse as to how the world was in Avengers Endgame. So I think it was definitely my favorite opening to the show. And I think it was one of the highlights of the MCU, in my opinion. Now, in terms of the actual show, we see Darcy from Thor again, which I think was great. We see Jimmy Woo from Ant-Man, who is also great. He learned his card trick. So, that's a huge accomplishment for him because I feel like in Ant-Man, that was really one of the things he was working on. And he finally got it down. So congrats to Jimmy Woo. But they're kind of working together on this case to see what's going on with everything Wanda is doing. They work together, figure out it's a sitcom. They send people in hazmat suits in, one of which is the beekeeper, and the beekeeper is kind of transformed from being in a hazmat suit to the beekeeper suit to kind of change him to the way Wanda would want him in her show rather than someone in a hazmat suit because it disturbs her reality. Now, I think one of the biggest revelations we got from this episode is that Wanda is controlling everything. We saw this in the past episodes where Wanda kind of rewinds time, but we didn't know if she was really kind of controlling everything. And in this episode, it seems like she really is. She sends Monica out of her own little world and kind of, just does whatever she wants. And then we see that once Monica mentions reality, Wanda's world seems to kind of be falling apart. Vision turns around and she sees Vision as he was in Infinity War with the stone ripped out of his head. Whether he's reanimated or something Wanda was imagining, who knows, but it would be really interesting to see how this takes a toll on Wanda if her reality is falling apart, because I think she will go to great lengths to kind of secure her reality as it is, and she will kick out and possibly hurt anybody who tries to change that. As always with the other episodes, I think the humor was great. Darcy had some great lines, such as, she was being invested in the WandaVision show, and so she was, kind of gasping at certain things that happened. I thought that was great. And then, certain one-liners from Jimmy Woo, always fantastic. And yeah, there's not a whole lot to say in just a review, but I am putting out a series of videos that possibly connects WandaVision to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a major way. And no, I'm not just talking about that blue soap. There are some major theories I have that could tell us what's going on with Wanda and the world that she's creating. So overall, I love this episode. I think it was definitely one of my favorites. Like I said, the first episode was one that I really enjoyed because it introduced us to the show and kind of gave us that unsettling feeling. But this episode really drives the story forward because we see everything that goes on kind of behind the scenes. Like in the episodes that we saw before, they were very much structured like a sitcom, so it's what Wanda wanted us to see. but we learn that there's a lot more that we don't get to see kind of beyond what is cut out by Wanda. So that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.